I accidentally sold one of my units like an idiot. This stage had the Cube of Death, which was pretty easy to avoid. So this room had some goblins, which had 500 HP. Yeah, I wasn't going to attack that. In this video, I played 3 random games that will make you feel magical. Will I be able to use the magic to my advantage? Or will I just get eliminated by my own magic? Well, let's find out by jumping into Necro Chess. Rent this 2 in a week. With no money, no jobs, and lots of stress, you give up. The system is broken. But maybe it's time someone does something about it. You rationally conclude that necromancy is the only way to overthrow the establishment. So in a crypt, in an old cemetery, you make the necessary spells and become a necromancer. And we're in. So in this game, we have 10 tokens to spend on units. Everything costs 3 coins, so I had to be smart with my purchases. So I grabbed the Bowie. I could also merge things that have the same level, but I didn't do that because I didn't know how to do it. I accidentally sold one of my units like an idiot. Anyways, I rerolled to get better units and I got the Milkman. I had one more coin that I needed to spend, so I just rerolled, then began the attack. The start only had this guy, which was pretty easy to deal with, mostly because the archer skeleton was able to attack him even when he was on the wrong lane. Then both skeletons were able to hit the castle, dealing 1 heart of damage. I summoned the skeleton, then got the bat curse. I also got the skull. Then wasted the last 2 coins on rerolls so that I could begin. I used the bat curse on one of the villagers, and then began the attack. The bat curse started to harm the villager while the others were getting hit by the skeletons. Unfortunately, I lost the skull and the milkman in a fight, but the others were able to get rid of the villagers. The next row had a lot more cooler looking units, which included the rat folk, which I grabbed. I also took the bard and the assassin. Then I attacked. I used the bat curse, then watched as my skeletons got rid of the villagers. And then the villagers started to eliminate most of my skeleton units, which was pretty bad. I ended up taking 2 damage. Anyways, let's move on to the next game before I take more damage. But before I move on, if you're enjoying this video so far, then leave a like and subscribe. Subscribing really helps out my channel and helps me to make more videos. Anyways, let's go on to the next game. Next game is Hop Owl, where we have to collect cosmic dust as a hopping owl. Anyways, let's get into it. But before I began, I decided to change the color into blue. Anyways, let's start. An owl searches for the cosmic dust, littered all over the machines of dawn. Are those spikes? I grabbed the cosmic dust on this first level, then entered this black hole. Good luck. Alright, this level had a similar design to the last one, just with these things added on. This stage had the Cube of Death, which was pretty easy to avoid. While this looks significantly harder to beat, but it was surprisingly easy to get through until I hit a spike. I did get past it on my second attempt. This level looked pretty difficult, but it was pretty easy to get through. Same goes with this level. Now this level had something pretty annoying. It had a spinning thing which kills me if I touch it. I died to it a lot. And in this run I was able to get all of this, but I got hit by it before I got into the portal. I tried again and got past it. Anyways, let's move on to the last game because I don't want to deal with those things. Last game is Chancemancer, where we have to get through a dungeon with only dice magic. Anyways, let's begin by entering this room. In this room there was a rat which was pretty easy to get rid of. I also got this magic bracelet which increased my luck of eliminating enemies. This room had two rats, both were pretty easy to eliminate. I found a slime which had a lot more HP than the rats, so I had to run. Hi rat, want to go away? With each magic bracelet I was increasing my dice power, and if I get a high enough power, I might be able to get rid of the slimes. I also got another heart. Oh gosh, another room filled with slimes. Why are there so many slimes here? I ran to this door and behind it was another rat. I got through another room which also had another rat. Then I found two more slimes who I ran from. This room had gold which I needed. There was another slime in this area, but I did manage to find a strong magic bracelet. Also, are these bracelets or are they something else? So this room had some goblins which had 500 HP. Yeah, I wasn't going to attack that. But I did finally decide to attack a slime. I took some damage but I was able to eliminate it. I tried to get the bracelet before attacking this dude, but they had other plans. Thank goodness I got lucky because that dude would have ended me. I got another heart in this area, then I found this dice, which gave me a buff in my dice power. This room was just a dead end. This room had a lot of enemies and a lot of stuff. I got gold at this area. Then I found another heart. And shortly after that, I found another dice. And I also found another dice. Again. Then I found these strong looking goblins who I had to run away from again after foolishly trying to attack one. And this room had a lot more goblins. At this point I was just recklessly running around the dungeon until I got attacked and killed by a goblin. Anyways, if you want to watch more of my content, then click on the videos on screen. Anyways, adios.